Hello students, welcome to another class of physics. In previous class we discussed about the science, that is science is a knowledge that is gained through various experiment and observations, and there are so many branches of science like physics, chemistry, biology, that is botany and zoology, astronomy, like so other branches, and our part of study is physics. Okay, that means study of matter and energy. And as we discuss, there are three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gases. Okay, and these matter are separated or categorized depending upon their volume, shape and the intermolecular forces. Okay, and energy, when we discuss about the energy, then we say energy is a capacity to do work. ओके जेटा आम कहूचे कार्य करिवार क्षमता को आम शक्ति बोली कहूचु. ओके, in this class we discuss about the various branches of physics along with the different units used to measure the physics and the some scientists that discover the different parts of physics. Okay, and when we discuss about the branches of physics, we find okay, so various branches of physics. Okay, so depending upon their new discoveries or from the development of science, physics जोटा कि हमें कहूँ भौतिक विज्ञान, the physics divided into a number of categories from the initial time of discovery to nowadays. There are a number of branches opened in case of physics. Okay, out of which the first branch of physics we can say that is mechanics. Okay, everyone know about the mechanics. That means you all study about the properties of different substances along with the study of motion, rest. ओके, गतिशील वस्तु, स्थितिज वस्तु बा विभिन्न प्रकार वस्तुर प्रॉपर्टी को आम जो स्टडी करुचे भितर थी अंतर्निहित गुण गुड़ा को आम स्टडी करुचे से पार्ट को आम कौन रखुचे ना इनसाइड द मेकानिक्स. ओके, सो दैट मीन्स वी कैन से इट डिपेंड्स ऑन स्टडी ऑफ दैट मीन्स सिंपली वी कैन से mechanics is a branch of physics which deals with the study of various properties of matter, various properties of matter. Okay, एबे तुम मानक मन रे क्वेश्चन आसुथबो कोन कोन प्रॉपर्टीज गुडा हम एठी पढिबा. ओके, को प्रॉपर्टीज आम कहे वस्तुर बहुत प्रकार प्रॉपर्टीज अच्छी बहुत प्रकार ता भितर गुण रही मेनली को प्रॉपर्टीज उपर पढ़ा. ओके, सो प्रॉपर्टीज बी लाइक वी कैन से हियर वी स्टडी इलास्टिसिटी. प्रॉपर्टीज बी लाइक इलास्टिसिटी जोटा आम कहूचे वस्तुर इलास्टिक प्रॉपर्टी. गोटे रबर देखी रबर को तुम टाणी दियो से कौन हो जाऊँगी ना संकुचन और प्रसारण. ओके, दैट बिहेवियर. ओके, इलास्टिसिटी प्रॉपर्टी. सेकेंड थिंग वी कैन से दैट इज द विस्कोसिटी, सांद्रता जेटा आम मेजर करुचे. ओके, अनदर थिंग्स दैट विल बी फ्रिक्शन, घर्षण. ओके, सरफेस टेंशन, like this. Okay, so various properties of matter like elasticity, viscosity, friction, surface tension. So these are the different parts which will be discussed inside the mechanics. Second thing is about the heat. Okay, so that will be placed inside thermodynamics. Okay, so inside the thermodynamics we basically deals with the study of thermal properties of matter. Thermal properties of matter. Thermal properties of matter, that means we can say about the heat and transmission of heat. Okay, जो हीट बा जो आम कहे ताप और तापर वितरण ताप कौ टाइप ट्रांसमिशन करुचे गोटे पार्ट रु आउ गोटे पार्ट को से विषय पढ़ा. ओके, सो स्टडी ऑफ थर्मल प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ मैटर. ओके, अनदर थिंग्स दैट इज ऑप्टिक्स. Optics. Okay, but simply we can say light. Okay, so in chapter of light we mainly deals with the study of that is study of geometrical formation of image, through lens, mirror and prism. Okay, lens, mirror and prism, that means that is light. Study of light gives the idea of to observe or gives the idea to observe how a image is formed and how can we measure a image distance, that means कौन सी गोटे प्रतिबिंबर दूरता बा तार वस्तुर दूरता. ओके, इमेज डिस्टेंस, ऑब्जेक्ट डिस्टेंस एंड इमेज हाइट, ऑब्जेक्ट हाइट. ओके, थ्रू एनी मिरर, लेंस और एनी प्रिज्म. ओके, another things inside the physics we are going to study, that is the electronics. ओके, समस्ते जानी थो इलेक्ट्रोनिक्स विषय रे. इलेक्ट्रोनिक्स रे मेनली कौन पढ़ुचे? मोशन ऑफ एन इलेक्ट्रॉन. ओके, इनसाइड एन मोशन ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रॉन और मोशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक करंट इन ए इलेक्ट्रिकल सर्किट. ओके, सो हियर वी स्टडी ऑफ motion of the electron in various electrical circuits or simply electrical network. Okay, so motion of electrons in electrical circuit or electrical network. Okay, another what we find, that is electricity. Okay, or simply don't write electricity, that is electrostatic. Okay, so in part of electrostatic we study of charge at rest. Okay, so in part of electrostatic which deals with the study of charge particle at rest. Okay, so you may take the note format of this written blackboard terms. Okay, or you may take the screenshot in order to, and that will help to remember all the things. Okay, so another branch that will be number 6, that is magnetism. Okay, so inside magnetism we can say that is the branch of physics which deals with the study of magnetic substances and various properties of magnet. ओके चुंबकीय पदार्थ बा चुंबकर विभिन्न प्रॉपर्टी उपरे आम कौन पढ़ा इनसाइड द मैग्नेटिज्म. ओके अनदर वन इज that is modern physics. Okay, in modern physics what we study? In modern physics we mainly study the new discoveries of science. Okay, new discovery means we can say that is the recently discovered things. Okay, that means we can say modern physics is the branch of science or branch of physics which deals with the study of recently discovered things on physics. Recently discovered things in physics. Okay, and like this there are many other branches, that is we can say that is also gravitation, that is study of massive bodies or simply massive body and their force of attraction and their force of attraction. Okay, another simply we can say that is astrophysics. Okay, that is study of heavenly bodies and their mechanism. Okay, so these are the different branches, and like other branches, so these are the different branches of physics. Okay, and we will discuss all the branches bit by bit in your chapter. Okay, so that means we can say within 2 years of your board exam you will discuss all the parts of physics and all the new discoveries to the physics. Okay, so now we discuss about the unit and dimensions. Okay, unit and dimensions. So before moving to unit and dimension we have to know some quantities. Okay, so let's start about unit and dimensions. Okay, so before going to the chapter unit and dimensions, first we have to know some physical quantities. Okay, and how we can write a physical quantity. Okay, so first thing, in order to represent, okay, so first we discuss about the physical quantities. Okay, so physical quantities we can say all the physical laws and all the discovery of physics can be represented by certain symbols. Okay, and it depends of some terms. Okay, all the discovery to the physics, all the representation to the physics depends upon some terms or depends upon some symbolical variation of all the quantities. That means quantities like we can say force, velocity, acceleration, mass, length, okay, torque, elasticity, the elastic constant, or simply say gravitational constant, like some quantities of physics which are helps to represent the total mathematical expressions okay, and these quantities are called physical quantities. So we can say a physical quantity always helps to represent physics or the different terms of physics, okay, and generally a physical quantity mainly two types, okay. Understand, all the physical laws or all the new discoveries of physics can be represented, or all the discovery of physics depends upon some terms or some expression of the physics, and that terms or that notations are called physical quantities, okay. Notations means we can say, as I take a short example, as we can write velocity by v, okay, time by t, acceleration by a, length by l, okay. So these are the different physical quantities, okay, and these physical quantities we use inside the physical derivations, okay, and we categorize these quantities inside the physical quantity, okay. So simply physical quantity used or physical quantity helps to represent all the physical discoveries, okay. जति कि फिजिकल डिस्कवरीज देखु ताको रिप्रेजेंट करबा पई जो टर्म्स रा में हेल्प नउचे से टर्म्स गुडा का में कोन कहउचे ना फिजिकल क्वांटिटी, ओके. सो फिजिकल क्वांटिटी मेनली टू टाइप्स, okay. So physical quantities mainly two types. One is fundamental physical quantity, fundamental physical quantity, okay, and second is called derived physical quantity. Okay, fundamental physical quantity and second thing that is derived physical quantity, okay. In case of fundamental and derived physical quantity we categorize depending upon dependence and independence, okay. किसी का हमें डिपेंडेंस आउ किसी इंडिपेंडेंस प्रॉपर्टी को नहीं कि हमें कैटेगराइज करूचे ता माने हमें कोचे किसी प्रॉपर्टीज बा किसी फिजिकल क्वांटिटी इंडिपेंडेंटली एग्जिस्ट करूचंती आउ किसी फिजिकल क्वांटिटी डिपेंड करूचंती कहा ऊपर ना से इंडिपेंडेंट क्वांटिटी ऊपर, ओके. इफ वी डिस्कस फर्स्ट fundamental physical quantity, so simply we can say these are independent physical quantities, independent physical quantities. Independent means they do not depends upon any other quantities, okay. So माने कहा ऊपर डिपेंड करते नहीं, independent. Likewise we can say mass we represent as m, okay. So mainly there are 7 independent quantities. So mainly there are 7 number of or 7 fundamental quantities, fundamental physical quantities, okay. So what are the physical quantities, okay. First that is mass, that is called m, okay. Second that is length, जैसे हमें दूरता कहूचे length l. Then third term that is time, that is represented in t, okay. Fourth that is current, so represent in I, or simply we can say a, ampere in terms of unit, okay. Mass, length, time, current, and fifth that is temperature, so that is capital T, okay. Then number 6 that is luminous intensity, or simply another things quantity of substance, okay, and 7 that is luminous intensity. Luminous intensity. So simply we can write intensity, that is I. Quantity of substance, that is Q. Okay. So these are the 7 independent quantities in physics. Okay. So there are 7 fundamental physical quantities. Fundamental means we can say these are independent physical quantities. They do not depend upon another quantities. Independent, swatantra bhavare rahuchanti. Okay. That means mass. So there are 7 fundamental physical quantities: mass, length, time, okay, current, temperature, quantity of substance, and luminous intensity. Okay. So these are the 7 fundamental quantities. Understand? Then comes to second part, that is called derived physical quantity. Okay. Second, that is derived physical quantity. Okay. Derived physical quantity means we can say they are dependent. Okay. Dependent on fundamental physical quantity. Okay. So derived physical quantity are generally depends upon that fundamental physical quantity. Okay. That means they cannot be written with the help of that means they cannot be written without the help of fundamental physical quantities. Like if we take example, okay, suppose I take a short example of force, okay, that is symbolized as F. Okay. So in order to represent force, we know the Newton's law, force equal to mass into acceleration. Force equal to mass into acceleration, that is F equals to, simply we can say, ma. Okay. Acceleration, that is twarana. Okay. Acceleration, that is also a derived quantity. Okay. That means we can say mass, that is independent, acceleration we can say twarana, that is bego by samaya, that means velocity by time. Okay. Again time is independent. Okay. But another dependent quantity, that is velocity. Velocity is distance by time, durata by samaya. Nahi. So mass into velocity, that is distance by time, or simply distance means that is length. Okay. So distance by time into time, that is time square. Okay. And now if we write in symbolic representation, that is F equal to mass, symbol of mass, that is m. Okay. And distance, that is symbol of distance is L, divided by symbol of time, that is T. Okay. So this derived physical quantity like force, it depends, or it can be represented with the help of mass, length and time. Okay. And due to this property, we represent force as derived physical quantity. Okay. Understand why it is derived? Because it depends upon fundamental physical quantity. Okay. So if any physical quantity that depends upon fundamental physical quantity is called derived physical quantity. Okay. And what is fundamental? Fundamental means we can say any physical quantity which are independent, that means which never depend upon any quantities, that is called fundamental physical quantity. So there are 7 fundamental physical quantity, that is mass, length, time, temperature, current, quantity of substance and luminous intensity. Okay. And another things we can say, that is derived means that is dependent. So here we take an example of force, that is mass into acceleration. Acceleration is also self a derived physical quantity and depends upon velocity and time. Okay. So there are large number of fundamental physical quantity we can say as example, that is force, velocity, acceleration, momentum, torque, like this. So these are the few example of derived physical quantity. Okay, so in next class we discuss about the different units used to measure these physical quantities. ए physical quantity को measure करिया पाई किसी unit बा एककर आमे help नो. Okay, and we discuss what are the different units used to measure these physical quantities, both fundamental and derived quantities. Okay, so I think all of you should understand about the class. Okay, so if you have any doubt, then you can ask me. Okay, thank you.